Ethical and responsible AI. Imagine this: a major tech company launches an AI hiring tool to screen job applicants. Sounds efficient, right? Except after a few months, reports reveal the system favors male candidates over equally qualified female candidates. Why? Because it was trained on past hiring data that reflected old biases. Now, the company is under fire. Media headlines scream AI discriminates, regulators are circling, and trust from applicants is shattered. Now, this is the danger of ignoring ethics, bias, fairness, and accountability in AI. You can have the smartest model in the world, but if it's unfair or opaque, it's a ticking time bomb. Now, imagine the opposite. Your AI model is designed to actively reduce bias. It's transparent enough that users understand its limitations, and you have accountability measures in place to correct errors quickly. And suddenly, your system isn't just powerful, it's trusted, inclusive, and respected. Clients see you as a responsible innovator. Regulators view you as compliant, and users feel confident relying on your AI. So, by the end of this lecture, you will understand the principles of ethical AI: bias, fairness, accountability. Learn practical steps to make your AI more responsible, and see real world examples where responsible AI made a huge difference. Alright, so let's break this down into three key principles: bias, fairness, accountability, and then wrap it up with real world case studies. Starting with bias in AI. What it means. Now, bias isn't always intentional, it sneaks in through data. If your training sets reflect past inequalities, your model will learn them. For example, a voice assistant that struggles to recognize non native English accents, or a facial recognition system performing poorly on darker skin tones. So, what are the steps to address this bias? Audit your data. Who is included? Who is missing? Diversify training sets. Don't rely on one demographic, one region, or one data source. And do regular bias testing. Build metrics to check fairness across gender, race, age, or other groups. Think of it like cooking. If your ingredients are spoiled, no matter how great your recipe is, the dish won't taste right. So, what about fairness in AI? What it means? Fairness is about ensuring decisions are equitable and justifiable. Types of fairness: individual fairness and group fairness. Two similar people should get similar outcomes is individual fairness, and no group should be disproportionately favored or penalized is group fairness. For an example, imagine an AI that approves loan. If it approves 80% of applications from one region but only 30% from another, despite similar credit scores, that's a fairness issue. So, steps to improve fairness: define fairness metrics early. Don't wait until deployment. Decide what fair looks like for your use case. Test with fairness tools. Use open source libraries like AI Fairness 360 by IBM to check models. Human review: keep humans in the loop, especially for sensitive decisions. Think of fairness like refereeing a game. Everyone should play by the same rules, and the ref shouldn't favor one side. Next is accountability in AI. What it means? Accountability means someone is responsible for what the AI does. You can't just shrug and say, oh, the algorithm decided. So here are the key pillars of accountability: transparency, explainability, and governance. Transparency is when users should know when AI is making decisions. Explainability is to be able to explain how those decisions were made. And governance is clear roles and responsibilities for monitoring AI. For an example, in Europe, under GDPR, companies must provide users with explanations for AI driven decisions like credit scoring. Saying the model said so doesn't cut it. You need to show the reasoning. So, the steps to strengthen accountability would be: publish model cards, simple documents describing model purpose, limits, and risks. Keep audit logs, track how decisions were made and by which version of the model, and create escalation paths. Make it easy for users to challenge or appeal AI driven outcomes. Think of accountability like flying a plane. Yes, autopilot does most of the work, but the pilot is always accountable. Same with AI. Some of the real world examples of responsible AI: Microsoft's AI principles. They have formal guidelines: fairness, reliability, privacy, inclusiveness, transparency, accountability. These aren't just PR, they use them to guide product teams. Singapore's Model AI Governance Framework, a government led initiative that provides a practical guide for companies to use AI responsibly. Healthcare AI. Some hospitals are now using AI to assist, not replace doctors, with clear transparency to patients. This balances innovation with accountability. These cases show that responsible AI isn't theory, it's practice. Companies and governments are already embedding these principles. So here's the big takeaway: bias sneaks in through bad data, fairness ensures outcomes are equitable, and accountability ensures someone is answerable for decisions. Responsible AI isn't about slowing down innovation, it's about building trust that lasts. So, your action steps: take one AI system you are working on, or even just one idea. Ask, could bias exist in the data? What does fairness look like in this context? And if a regulator or your user questioned a decision, could I explain it? Even writing these three answers on a notepad is your first step towards ethical, responsible AI. Because at the end of the day, the AI systems that win aren't just the most advanced, they are the ones people trust, respect, and want to use.